Well, welcome to Let's Talk Tech. We're here for another month to give you some tips and tricks and some help on your technology. So with me today is Cheryl.
Hi, Debbie.
Cheryl. I know you always come prepared with questions that you hear around the village. So
here I go.
Here you go.
I heard that you're going to have a new short segment every month about all things Apple, along with iPhone tips or updates. Hey, that sounds great.
Yeah, well, I know people have Android phones, but Apple is everywhere. And so I ran across some information that I thought would be important to share with the audience. So yes, I'm going to be doing a short segment every month. It's just going to be something easy, like location services is my first one. How to turn off location services, or how come my battery's getting eaten up? Those types of things. But something every month. And we also have the Mac Club here does classes. There's a lot of online tools that you can learn about your phone, and Apple themselves have some easy videos online. But this is just a quick tutorial every month or a little tip or trick.
Right, perfect.
All right, well, let me tell you about my first one is location services. As a side note, over the past 4 years of the show, I've covered iPhone and iPad topics here and there, but I've decided to step it up. Starting soon, I'll be including a short monthly segment focused on updates, changes, and quick tips and tricks for Apple devices. So stay tuned for that. So this month I wanted to start with how to prevent apps from accessing your location on your devices. Location services on iPhone allows apps to do all kinds of things, such as giving you directions from your current location to your destination or tracking your walking route with GPS. However, that also means that some apps might be using your location when you don't want them to. Thankfully, though, you can choose to turn off location services altogether. Why does this matter? Well, you want to prevent apps from using your location when you don't want them to. You want to keep your location private from those apps and other people. So how do I turn them off? This tip works on any device running iOS 16 or later and on iPad OS 16 or later. Turning your iPhone's location services on or off is easy to do within your privacy settings. When you turn location services off completely, none of your apps will be able to track or use your location. Now, I'm going to show you some screenshots of how to turn off location on both your iPhone and your iPad. First, you open the Settings app and tap Privacy and Security. Then you tap Location Services. Then tap the toggle next to Location Services to turn it off. Then tap Turn Off to turn Location Services off completely. If you want most of your apps to not use location services, but realize some apps like Maps need location services to work, you can instead turn location services on or off on an app-by-app basis, and that's what I do. You also get a pop-up that says turn on while using the app. You want to make sure you do that. And that's all there is to doing the location security. Well, hello, everyone. I wanted to give you your iPhone tip. Remember, I mentioned that we were going to start doing that on Let's Talk Tech. So this one is about protecting your privacy, stopping app tracking on your iPhone. So why should you stop app tracking? Well, it limits ads, it stops pop-ups, and it also controls the data that you might be sharing unbeknownst to you. So a very important tool to check on. And although this is for iPhone today, it also works with anybody's Android phones. You have similar settings as well. So, what is app tracking? Data collection, apps that collect usage data shared with third parties, used for personalized ads, none of which you want. So, how should you turn off app tracking? Well, you need to open your settings, then go to your privacy and security, select tracking, and toggle off allow apps to request to track.
So you see all of that there. So you just toggle. You want it to be gray. You don't want it to be green or turned on. Depending on how many apps you have, it may take some time to do this, but it'll be well worth it. And then you want to make sure you manage individual app permissions, view the app list, check the tracking status, toggle off for each app. Very important. And some exceptions to be aware of. Some account-based apps may still track your information as part of your agreement that you agreed to when you downloaded the app. Some examples could be Google, Facebook, and other platforms along that they may still be tracking you. And that is something, again, when you first download an app, it comes up with an agreement. And in order to use the app, you have to agree to their terms. That's something you really don't have a lot of control over. And then review your settings, check individual app privacy policies always. And there's benefits. You have enhanced privacy, reduced ad targeting, and potential battery savings because it will use your battery. So take control of your data, disable the tracking, review your app permissions, update regularly, and stay informed.
So we've been talking about possible changes in how your TV viewing will be delivered in the future here. So I wanted to talk about something you might have heard about but aren't quite sure how it works. It's called IPTV. It stands for Internet Protocol Television, which might sound fancy, but is really just a way to watch TV through the internet instead of through an antenna, cable, or satellite dish. Think of IPTV like streaming a show or movie online, but instead of just choosing from a library like Netflix or YouTube, you're tuning into live TV channels just like the ones you're used to now. The only difference is instead of coming through cables or airwaves, these channels are delivered to your screen over an internet connection. With IPTV, you get the convenience of watching your favorite shows, sports, or news wherever you have internet. Plus, many IPTV services let you rewind, pause, or record programs, so you don't miss a thing. All you need is a reliable, fast internet connection and a device like a smart TV, a tablet, or even a simple IPTV box, but I don't recommend that. And you could connect it to an older TV, but you know, I'm all about smart TVs. You should have one by now. It's all about making TV more flexible and accessible. So whether you're tech savvy or just learning the ropes, IPTV makes it easy to enjoy your favorite programs without needing to learn anything too complicated. It's TV, just smarter. So what are the advantages? It's flexible. It lets you watch TV shows, movies, and live events on various devices, such as your TV, your smartphone, tablet, computers, wherever you can access the internet. It has interactive features. You can pause, rewind, and record live TV, as well as access on-demand content, giving you more control over your viewing experience. It is fairly cost-effective. IPTV costs less than traditional TV packages because it doesn't require specialized infrastructure, just an existing internet connection. You can get a variety of content on IPTV. It offers vast selection of channels, including international options, niche programming, and exclusive content that you might not have available via another methodology. You can customize packages. You can often pick and choose specific channels or bundles, and that avoids paying for things that you don't watch. But there are disadvantages to it. It depends on internet. IPTV relies solely on an internet connection. So if you have an unstable or slow connection, it could lead to buffering, lower video quality, or interruptions in your viewing. And here's the real kicker, bandwidth usage. Streaming high-quality IPTV content uses a significant amount of internet bandwidth. This could cause issues if you have a data cap or if multiple devices are sharing the same connection. And I want to talk a little bit about this now because when the new system comes into the village, there will be no data caps, which means this will make it very seamless for you to watch. So there's something called latency too. Live events on IPTV, like sports, might have a slight delay compared to fiber or cable TV, which provides real-time broadcast. So, and setup complexity. For some users, setting up IPTV like the services, the apps, the devices could be a little complicated compared to just plug and play, picking up a regular TV remote. And you have a potential for service variability. Quality and reliability of IPTV services can vary depending on the provider, whereas regular cable services are typically more standardized and consistent. IPTV does offer flexibility, cost savings, and a range of features, making it a good choice for tech-savvy viewers who prioritize convenience and variety. Kind of the best of both worlds is to have a strong, fast internet service delivered via fiber and then use that to stream your TV channels. And stay tuned for a lot more information on these topics. So you know this show is available on YouTube, and Village Television is available on YouTube. So I thought it would be important to do a segment on discovering YouTube and tips for a better experience. So let's talk about this. It's hard to imagine life without YouTube now, but it's only been around since 2005. And by 2006, people were watching about 100 million videos a day. Fast forward to today, and users upload 500 hours of video every minute. It's mainstream. YouTube offers almost infinite possibilities. You can find entertainment, music, tutorials, and much more, all for free. You can create your own videos like I do, share them, and maybe even earn money if you gather enough followers, but you have to have a lot of followers, so make sure you follow me. I'd like to share a few tips to make your YouTube experience even better though. There's something called dark mode. Try it. Dark mode is simply a setting that can make a big difference. It changes the background of the screen to black, which is easier on your eyes, especially at night or during long viewing sessions. Plus, it can help save your device's battery. You can find this option in the YouTube app or your browser settings. It's a preference, of course. I like light mode. I still haven't gotten used to it, but I see the value of dark mode. Adjust the playback speed. Ever feel like someone's video is talking too fast or too slow? You can fix that. Click on that little gear icon below the video and you can speed it up or slow it down. This is great for skipping over long-winded explanations like mine or for taking your time with a step-by-step tutorial. This is important to make sure that you're understanding, and you can do it, again, even on mine. Turn on your subtitles. Sometimes it's hard to understand what people are saying in videos, accents, background noise, or just fast talking. Many YouTube videos offer subtitles to help. Look for the small button labeled CC next to the gear icon to turn them on. In my house, we use subtitles on everything from YouTube to all of our viewing. Use keyboard shortcuts. If you're watching YouTube on a computer, there are handy keyboard shortcuts to make things easier. Press spacebar to pause or to play. Use the arrow keys to skip forward or backwards for a few seconds. And press F for full screen. If the shortcuts don't work, just click on the video first to activate them. And here's some useful YouTube tips for your smart TV. Instinctively, YouTube is awesome on a large screen TV. The bigger display offers space for all the details and you get comfy on the couch and relax while watching. I do it every night. These tips will make the video service even more fun on your smart TV than it could be now. Show or hide those subtitles if you don't want them. This is not the same as closed captioning though. If you don't know how to show or hide subtitles for YouTube on your smart TV, it can be quite annoying. Fortunately, the function is very easy to access. To begin with, pause the video and press the up button on the TV remote control. Now select the settings, usually the far right cogwheel symbol. In the next window, select subtitles if they're available. So if you're having problems with playback, you can always hardwire it to an Ethernet cable. This is not just a tip for YouTube, but a useful solution to problems when streaming is jerky or clips are slow to load, and help with problems with Netflix and the like. So buffering, that little spinning wheel or slow video speed, is really an annoyance. And I noticed that with some apps, it doesn't even have anything to do with your internet speed. I mentioned Paramount because that to me is a big offender, but there are others. If you connect your smart TV to the internet via Wi-Fi, you sometimes have to deal with connection problems or slow data transfer depending on the distance to the router. That solution would be to hardwire an Ethernet cable from the router to the smart TV, and then the full bandwidth and unclouded video enjoyment is then typically available to you. But I want to mention, when we get faster internet, you should not have the problem connecting. And did you know that you can stream YouTube videos to your TV? Even though the most current smart TVs already have their own YouTube app, it's often not as convenient or as fast to use your smartphone. So it's better just to use your mobile phone and stream right from it. You connect your television to your home network, however you connect your phone now, and then you do the same with your smartphone. So the smart TV and your phone need to be on the same internet Wi-Fi connection. With some televisions, you have to pair both beforehand and use a code. You can usually find the option in your smart TV settings. If you open the YouTube app on your mobile phone, a streaming symbol will appear next to the magnifying glass because the application recognizes the television in the network. If you tap on it, the app wants to connect to it. And if you select the video, your TV will no longer serve as the playback device, but your mobile phone. On your smartphone, you can stop the video, read the comments, or adjust the volume. So all done from your phone, and it's streaming from your TV. And it's as easy as that. So give it a try. So now let's dive into something I think is worth talking about, touchscreens. Did you know that more than half of the nation's wealth is held by baby boomers, people between 60 and 78 years old? And there are 38 million Americans aged 65 and older. Yet, when you look at the workforce at most tech companies, it skews much younger. Their marketing, aimed at people under 45. So it makes you wonder, don't Apple's employees have grandparents? Well, touchscreens, for example, can feel like an endless puzzle for those of us who didn't grow up swiping, pinching, and tapping. Think about the iPhone. To unlock it, you swipe up. To turn on Do Not Disturb, you swipe down. But not too hard, because if you do, you'll accidentally open another menu. Want to move an app? Swipe sideways, press on it. One wrong move, and suddenly you're in a place you didn't need to be. None of this comes with a manual. You just have to figure it out by trial and error. Now imagine picking up a device like this for the first time. Your hands might be a little unsteady, you miss the tactile feedback of a keyboard, and you're thinking, is there an easier way to learn this? Could something like Siri, Apple's voice assistant, be the bridge between us and often frustrating touchscreen? Some senior living centers or classes or even rehab facilities have tried to tackle this. For example, they teach accessibility features like VoiceOver, Zoom, and multi-finger gestures. But let's be real. Learning when to single tap, double tap, or use 3 fingers can feel like learning a new language. Other communities of older adults rely on staff to help, but even then, mastering a touchscreen can still feel overwhelming. To their credit, Apple is starting to take steps to make things easier. In 2024, they introduced a feature called Assistive Access, a streamlined interface designed to simplify navigation for people with cognitive disabilities. It's a good start, but it doesn't fully address the unique challenges that we all face. Apple has long positioned itself as a leader in accessibility, calling it a human right. And with tools like an upgraded Siri and AI-powered features in the new operating system, there is a lot of potential. Voice technology in particular could be a game changer, permitting people to bypass complex gestures and get things done with simple voice commands. Look, Apple's accessibility efforts are commendable. They often lump older adults, though, into broader categories like cognitive disabilities instead of treating them individually. That's a missed opportunity for sure, not just from Apple, but from any technology manufacturers. Older adults need tailored resolutions, whether it's a more streamlined interface, better voice controls, or even training resources for yourself or your caregivers that can bridge that inequality. Older adults are a market with serious purchasing power. If Apple or any manufacturer truly believes that accessibility is a human right, then it's time for them to include seniors in their vision. Touchscreens might never be as intuitive as we want them to be, but there is hope. With persistent innovation in voice technology and AI and better instruction, our devices can become tools for empowerment and not sources of frustration. So to that point, I want to mention there are classes, both online and in person. There are services, concierge services. I've talked about them on the show. There's no sense of being frustrated. Help is a click away. And we'll be right back. So I wanted to share some insights from a AARP 2025 survey about tech trends for the 80-plus age group. So I want to take a moment to appreciate the progress AARP is making in understanding technology use among older adults. For the first time, their 2025 survey focused specifically on those aged 80 and older. So why does this matter? Well, with the life expectancy after age 65 stretching another 20 years on average, this group is becoming increasingly significant, not just in numbers, but in shaping the kinds of technology and services business should offer. How does the 80-plus group view technology? Well, the survey highlights a mix of optimism and caution when it comes to technology. About half of the respondents feel that tech can support a healthy life. But among those aged 80 and up, only 39% share that belief. This is despite the fact that over 80% of this group live with one chronic condition or more. Interestingly, the survey also found that older adults are less likely to see technology as helpful for brain health, perhaps because they're not convinced it works or simply aren't aware of its benefits. They are adopting smartphones and staying connected, and that's the bright side. They're using them, and most agree that technology helps them stay socially connected. With that said, though, they're understandably cautious about trying the latest innovations like generative AI. Many prefer to wait and see until these technologies are proven, but I think that's happening more every day. Only about 45% feel confident in their ability to fully navigate the online world, and it's no surprise that many feel tech isn't designed with their needs in mind. So there are opportunities to improve tech for older adults. The survey is a wake-up call for tech designers and businesses. Think about it. How often are people in their 80s included in the design or testing of devices like smartphones, tablets, or even something as simple as a TV remote? These tools are vital for staying in touch with family and friends, yet they can be tricky to use without some guidance. So what can help? Well, family and friends play a big role in teaching older adults how to use new devices. And for those who want to build confidence, resources like AARP's free 7-day email course on smartphones can be a great start. Their Senior Planet is wonderful, and there's a lot of resources out there to help you learn these devices if you want to. So looking ahead, the growing demographic offers incredible opportunities, not just for businesses, but for society as a whole. By designing with older adults in mind, we can create technology that truly supports independence, connection, and quality of life for everyone. Well, believe it or not, we've come to another end of the episode. I'm always so sad when it's over, but I appreciate you tuning in today. And remember, if you have questions, please email me at talktech949@gmail.com, and I would be more than happy to answer your questions. Just let me know. And remember, think before you click and be kind when posting online. And thank you for tuning in.